Good evening and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch, I am a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. Let's go with the next 10-minute rapid game. We will be commenting on openings, middle games, end games, tactics. We have everything here. So, the first game of today, we start with the move e4. Let's go, let's go, let's go. First today to say hello is Yuan Sierra. Hello, good evening. The second to say hello today, Osmani64. Welcome, welcome. And the third to say hello today is Yigaming. Okay, we have the new top 3. So rare. The top 3, I think usually Grand Minor is always so quick, but this time, today, Sunday evening, we have completely different top 3. We have the Alechin defense. Let's go with the move knight c3 just for fun to have something different. We have the move d5. Okay, let's go with staking on d5. So very, very simple play with the white pieces. Let's see what is going to happen next. Nayap also here. Good evening, good evening. We have Nani and yeah, also Gamer today with us. All right, welcome everyone. Knight on c3, so we have quite a normal position. Of course, this is not a real play for advantage from the opening, but it is just a random play just to get some position. We have the move bishop on g4, makes sense. Let's go with the move h3 just to check where the bishop is going next. And maybe we can try this a little bit more aggressive approach by playing the move g4, but I think we can wait with the move g4. We can also try bishop c4, so many options currently for us how to set up the pieces. Maybe let's go with the move d4 just to be a little bit more central. And Nayap is saying, I missed top 3 because I typed the full name. It's alright, Nayap. I see. Welcome. Once again, welcome everyone to our Sunday evening stream. I hope you had so far a good Sunday. Let's make our Sunday even a little bit better, maybe with few good games and some interesting positions. Alright, so I've been playing the move g4 because I like to be a little bit more aggressive now in the first game. Next will be short castle, also knight c6, very aggressive. Not very typical to play the move knight on c6 because usually the pawn goes to c6. So I don't know if this is actually a good idea by our opponent. It is a possible play, but it looks a little bit weird, to be honest, to put the knight on c6. I don't know. So let's go with the move short castle next. Very, very normal. And I will be taking now my glasses because I see something is different than usual. Let's put on the glasses. So I am increasing in strengths with my glasses. Let's go, let's go. So, all right, we have this kind of solid position, I think, for both bishop b4. Also very unusual. I don't know what our opponent is trying to provoke because he likes to go maybe long castle, but this is a little bit strange to say softly. This move bishop on b4 I can answer with the move knight on e2, for example. Then we have the move c4, so I don't really understand the idea of our opponent currently. It looks just weird to play something like this. We can also take on d5, there is sort of ed is forced. Then we can go c3, rook e1, so also this is looking like a small but quite a nice advantage, I think. For white, we have to decide which move are we going to play next. Maybe just a little bit more complex. So let's go with the move knight on e2. I think it makes sense. We have the c4 coming next. We can also play the soft play c3 first. I don't know. This setup with bishop b4 and knight on d5, this is very, very weird. We can also try maybe to win the piece here on b4. Maybe let's go for it. Let's get the piece. So let me play the move c4. Let's see where the knight is going, and next we will be deciding because I have a very nice idea, I think, for the white, and we will guess the next move together. So try to pay a lot of attention to the next couple of moves. We might be doing already very, very good here. So we have the move knight f6, and now can we win the piece? It would mean it is a game over straight away. White to play. What would you do here? Welcome everyone to our Sunday evening stream. I see in the chat Santosh as usual with us. Excellent. We have Max also here. Very, very good. We have Buck. All right. We have also Vipin Kumar. I don't know how exactly to pronounce the name. So, white to play. What should we do here? Write your suggestions in the chat. I think I have a good idea what we can do next, but again, in chess, you are never 100% sure. That's the thing. We can only say probably. This looks like a good idea, but who knows how it is going to end. Alright, let's play the next move, because I think the game is gonna be anyway very complicated, so we have to play something, and the idea is to play the move c5. So I've been hoping for this c5 when I played the move c4. Idea of c5, because the bishop is stuck on b4, so we have the move a3, b4 coming next, and actually how to free the bishop. So I'm wondering about our current opponent. He has a very, very good rating of 2646, so it must be a good player. But on the other hand, this kind of setup with knight on c6 and bishop on b4, it makes no sense, because you have to put against the bishop on g2, usually it's a pawn on c6. Why to put the knight on c6? It makes no sense. Then the next move, bishop on b4. Why to provoke me going with the knight on e2? So I don't know. I don't know why to play this kind of moves, because these decisions are weird. Instead of putting the pawn to c6 to block the bishop, which is normal, we have the knight c6 been played. Then instead of having the bishop on e7, now black is suffering with the bishop on b4. So what actually was he planning? So there is always some idea, usually, of in case you are playing a good opponent. In most of the cases, he has some good idea, because otherwise it makes no sense. To have zero idea, well, then you cannot be a very good player. Now we have the move e5. Probably the idea is to sacrifice upon an e5 and then eventually get out with the bishop, but even this is looking on the limit. On the other hand, we have the move a3. Let's go with the move a3, because I still cannot see how he wants to get out with the bishop from before. For those of you who saw the idea c5, a3 before, excellent. Very, very good, because this idea is not a very typical one, I would say. So this is quite rare, because when can we actually play something like that? This is not normal. So very good. In case you can see ideas like that, this is excellent. Now our knight is under attack, so we can go knight h4. Looks pretty normal, because I think we're gonna get the bishop there on g6. The guy probably wants to take fg and start attacking us. So maybe to avoid this kind of tricky attacks, let's go just with a simple knight h2, I think, because in case we get the piece, it's gonna be almost a game over. So let's go with the move knight on h2. The bishop. Where to go with the bishop? If there is no place to go with the bishop, the game is over. So very, very strange play by our opponent. I don't understand, because he has to be a very good player. But this kind of knight c6, bishop b4 looks just strange. All right. Welcome everyone. I see Kiwi also in the chat. By the way, because we are talking now about the vegetables and fruits, I still promised a game against Avocado. I don't know if Avocado is here with us right now, because we promised to play Avocado a game. Avocado, make some noise in case you're here with us. Also, Michelle is here. I see Michelle. Excellent. Excellent. So he gives us a piece. Well, this is quite a sad news, I would say, because it seems like he had no idea and he just gave us a piece. This is very unusual for such a good player, so what can I say? He gave us a piece, we took the piece. The next stage is to convert this advantage into a winning position. There are two pieces, 2 pawns, I mean, for the piece. Okay, 2 pawns is obviously not enough, so we are doing here way better. Maybe the knight wants to get to d3. We should avoid this knight on d3. We can also get first our bishop to g5. I like this. So, beautiful bishop here. We have the pin. Never bad to have the pin. In case of h6, we can simply take the knight, but I would prefer maybe even to keep the bishop a little bit longer, because why not? Why not to keep the bishop on h4? Knight is defending the pawn on d4. This is excellent. Next, we should get out the knight from h2. So this is the only bad piece that we have. But we should be able to do that somehow. So step by step. Let's see first what our opponent is going to play next. He plays the move h6. Okay, this is normal. We more or less expected that. And as I said, I wanted to go bishop h4. So I am proceeding with a move bishop on h4. We could have taken, yeah, this would be fine, but why to take? Let's put first the bishop to h4, let's see later. We have ideas like f4, I like this move f4, because finally we will get the knight into the game, so it looks like a good idea, I think, to play the move f4, but question is, should we play it immediately or a little bit later? There is this kind of e3 idea, but not really dangerous, so we can play f4, but I think maybe let's play a move like rook a3. I'd like to bring the rook eventually to g3 and play the move g5. Look at that, we are going to have multiple ideas of proceeding next, and in case the knight goes to d3, then we might be able to play the move f4. He's gonna take, we will be taking back, and the knight is going to be under attack, so he does not fear it. Very unusual play by our opponent. Once again, I don't know how to understand the moves that we see by our opponent. It makes to me not much sense. I cannot guess his moves because I don't understand them. So let's see if we are blundering something. I don't think so. So let's go with the move f4 in case we get to play the move f5. Well, the bishop is gonna be just completely out. So now we are bringing back the knight. We had the bad knight, now we have the good knight. So, these are quite good news, I think. Next, we should be attacking something. Oh, some trick. Knight on b2. In case I go here, he wants to play knight on c4. I didn't see that, of course. But maybe it is alright. So we have queen on e1. We are still doing fine here, so no worries, I think. Let's go here. Next move is knight on e5. He wants to take, and then to take on d4, and then it's a little bit of fight. It's a little bit of fighting. Of course, white is winning here, but we have to be a little bit careful and cautious. So the idea, in case we take, he takes. I have queen on d2, but then he wants to take, knight takes c5, and then to take on e2. Wow. So, it's not an immediate win, which is strange. It feels like I should be just winning here in a couple of moves, but maybe it's better still to be like safety first, and then let's see what happens next. So, let's go with the move rook on f2. Safety first. He plays immediately the move bishop on b5, but how is it possible to play like that? Let's go with the knight, no? Is it not the time to go with a knight? Or can we go rook on b3? He goes knight here. So, still some tricks. Still some tricks. This position is, of course, completely winning for white, but still there are some tricks that we should be avoiding. What is the safest way to win the game? Maybe it is just to take and play the move knight on e5. Just a safety first measure. Let's go. Let's go with a safety play. We take and let's see what happens next, because in case he takes with a pawn, we should be able to win the game, I guess. And what else he can do here? Is there something else that actually black is capable of playing? So he takes. My idea is knight e5, so I'm playing the move knight on e5. Now the knight on b2 is sort of out of the game. We should be able to catch something somehow. How to catch actually here the pieces? Is it just a win he's gonna sacrifice? Maybe. Okay, it's also completely winning, but we have to play something to be sure that we are winning to 100%. So what could it be? I think this is just an easy win. I see nothing here. I don't see any kind of chances here for black in the current position, except I'm playing very, very slow, so I will be playing now a little bit faster. So to lose on time would be ridiculous, obviously. He takes. I really cannot guess any of the moves that our opponent is playing. Every move is a surprise. So let's take. Where does the knight go? Where is the knight going now? Wow. But I think I can play here, no? That's it. The knight is gone. The knight is gone. The pawn on f7 is under attack. Okay, so we take the knight. We are attacking the pawn on f7. Let's bring some more pieces into the attack. And let's take now. Wow. What is that? Okay, let's offer a rematch because I could not understand exactly what was going on in this game. We won it so easily. Okay, let's go with the next game. So we have a revenge against the current opponent. I don't know why we won so easily. It was so weird what the guy was doing in the beginning. Then he played extremely fast, but there have been no pieces left. So we have this opening. We can proceed to different. We can play knight f6. We can play g6. Let's go g6. Let's play the dragon. Let's go with the dragon. What is going on there in the chat? We have some kind of messages being deleted. I've been not watching the chat at all because I've been focused so much on the game. Seems like something happened there in the chat, but okay. Let's go to play with. Let's go h5. I like this h5 continuation when we have the knight on e2. So now our opponent is playing way quicker than what he did before. The usual idea, b5 is coming next. Everything as a4 is, it can be good, it can be bad. So this is very double-edged decision to play the move a4, as we know. I've been explaining already a couple of times that this move is sometimes a good decision, sometimes a bad decision. Bishop on e3 is the idea to play the move queen on d2, but there is never a long castle now, so we don't need to be we don't need to be scared of that. This is perfectly all right. And maybe let's go e5. Let's do something a little bit unusual for this type of positions, because now we would like to get the knight on d4. a4 move, not very useful, and in some cases the pawn on a4 is going to be even pretty weak. Knight on d5. So after knight on d5, of course we take. This is what we do instantly. And now we have knight on d4 or knight on e7. Both is looking extremely good in the current position. It's again very strange play by our opponent. Maybe let's go with the move knight on e7 because I would like to go knight f5 in case I need it. I could have gone also knight on d4. He had to take, then we're gonna take bishop on d2. So it would be also a good position for black. But I think we are aiming even for something more than just a good position, because it might be a very good position for black. Now we have the beautiful knight here. f4 is just a dream for white, so there's never a move f4. We might even try to do something on the king side, or we're gonna continue playing very safe, so it means his idea might be somewhere to play the move b4, but also this is like, I don't know. Very strange that our opponent is considering now something else than going away. What? Knight c3? No, but something is wrong with our opponent. This is impossible. This is just impossible play, because nobody would ever give the bishop here on e3. It makes no sense. This is making zero sense. In case you're such a good player like our opponent, you would never give up on the bishop on e3, because it makes no sense. This is your key piece, so you never give up on the bishop. Like, no way that you are giving up on the bishop. Something is not right with our opponent. Well, what to do? Another strange game. We had so far so many. Anyway, let's play. Let's pretend that everything is cool. So, let's play just good chess. Let's try at least to play good chess. Now that we have this monster bishop on g7 and no counterparty on e3, black is doing just way better. We have, first of all, this kind of ideas to push the pawn. We can increase the pressure here by putting the queen to g5. We can do just a short castle, very simple play, good play. Why not? Short castle, simple, developing here the pieces. e4. Wow, the guy is unreal. What is this? It looks like a disaster what the guy is doing, because he's allowing us now to play the move h4. I don't understand any of the moves of our opponent. We can play even the move f4 because we can sacrifice this pawn, and then look at this bishop here on e5. It's basically a one-way street. It is like much better for black, a little bit better for black, something in between. I don't know. Again, I cannot understand any of the moves of our opponent currently. So there is not much that I can say about his play, except I don't understand it. So let's go with the move h4. It cannot be a bad move. We are opening the king's position. Rook on h8 is now doing very well, I would say. We need to be a little bit cautious with the king on e8, but I think we can be cautious. It would be for sure a good idea to play bishop d7 to connect the rooks. Eventually move away the queen, so we have this king d8, king c7 somewhere just to escape. Or we will be keeping our king on e7, which is also now, at least for the moment, pretty safe. There are no direct threats, there is nothing, so I believe this is also fine. Let's see what happens next. This game is so weird. So very hard to predict what is going to happen next. Now we have the move g4. g4 is making sense because he tries to win control over the e4 square, so this is a normal play. I'm thinking if I should push now the e4, he's gonna take, and yes, we have a dangerous attack on the king side, but maybe it's not the move that we should do. But why not just to take on g4 now? So let's just take. We have the queen coming there. Queen on g5. It's gonna be a beautiful queen. In case of knight e4, we have just queen on g6, so everything is very stable. The thing is, we should do something with the rook on b8. This is the only... it's like the only worries that we have here with the black pieces. We should get the rook into the game. This should be the main. So in case we manage this, it's gonna be a beautiful position for black. Yes, it is still a very fighting position here. Of course, maybe actually I should not have played the move h4, but alright, let's see how the game is going to develop. My idea is to play obviously queen g5 next, put the queen on g6, because I would like to get this bishop take g4. So bishop e4, he puts a bishop to e4. I cannot guess like any of his moves. Very weird. Everything is so weird here. So let's get the queen to g5, because not to take a g. Wow, he wants to go for endgame, having a pawn down. There is this check on g6, but alright. We can also keep the queens, by the way, on the board, which is also interesting, because maybe we should try to checkmate the guy. I don't know. Should I keep the queens on the board, or should I play maybe take and rook h6? Also looks very interesting. We're defending the pawn here on d6, so it's pretty safe. It is better for black, but hard to say how much better. This is the only issue that we have. Difficult to say. Much better, a little better. Maybe... What should we do here? What should be the best play in the current position? On one hand, endgame, so easily better. On the other hand, maybe we should aim for more. Okay, let's go for the endgame. Let's go just for the endgame, because it looks like we should be doing way better in this endgame. So to avoid a better endgame is a tough decision. That's why let's go for the endgame. Now we have to be very cautious during the next couple of moves. We have the check here, so obviously I don't go king e7 because the rook is coming. So, king d8. This bishop here is nicely placed on g6, but we can easily hunt it away by playing, for example, rook h6, or we're gonna play bishop here, and then we're gonna close the f-file, which is also good, because we have the move rook on g8 coming next. Many interesting ideas here for black. Let's be cautious. So, once we're doing better, we have to be cautious. Personally, I like the move bishop on h6. It feels like it is a good idea to get the bishop into the game, no? I mean, how not to play bishop on h6? Because not to play it would be just weird. So, let's go with that. Okay. Let's go. I see also Nayap wrote. Nayap wants very much to have a game. Alright, Nayap, maybe we'll have the game. Let's see. First, let me play a couple of games, and then we see. So, rook on d1. The knight might going here, but is it so dangerous? Because I always have the move bishop f4, so I don't think it's very dangerous. I think we might be able just to play first bishop on f4, because I would like to provoke him to play this knight a2, because then I will be checking. So, it's like security measure. I don't know if this is really needed, but it's alright. So now my idea was actually to check, but maybe also to take is looking good, because take, we have this rook g8 coming next. Hard to say, again, what is a better play here? Everything is looking so nice for black. So nice. So, is it just a winning position here? Because king on h2 and maybe I'm not so sure. Or should we go also with the move rook on g8 also? But okay, why to give the bishop? Let's play something. So let's give a check, because it seems like it is not a bad idea to give the check. Also, we have this g3 and bishop f2. Look at this. Literally, white is gonna be completely blocked here. That's funny. That's a funny block, I think. Maybe we should block like that, no? Just for fun? Wow, king g2. No, but I cannot guess any of his moves. It's like, literally, every move he does is a surprise to me. So, I think I will just take. King f3, what? Wow. I think if you would let me guess, I don't know, 3 times, I would not be able to guess this kind of king on f3. So, let's go just with the bishop away, I think. We have this too beautiful bishop h5. It's funny, I cannot guess even one move of our opponent. It is for me impossible to guess even one single move from the guy. What can I say? Very unusual that I'm not able to guess even one single move. So let's go maybe with the move bishop on f5, just to block this king e4, just to be sure. He plays very quickly the bishop g4. I think we can just go away now. He wants to take, we give a check, and it is game over. So let's go here. He takes, but I saw that it's just a game over. Am I wrong? Let's give a check. Whoa. This is like, he plays like he planned to play something like that. This is crazy. Look now at the king. The king is running. Next, we're gonna bring the rook into the game, and we are not just a pawn up, but we are also completely dominating the position of white. This is crazy. So let's bring the rooks. And of course, we have many different winning options here, but I am gonna choose a simple one, I think. Let's go here. Just to give him 0 chances, because we changed the rook. And then this bishop pair is a beast. He takes, I'm gonna take back. Still some moves left for white, not so many, I think. So next I like to put the bishop here on e3 just for fun, because we are completely dominating the game. Look at that. He has literally not so many moves left physically that he's capable of playing. So let's take. And how to win the game in the easiest way here? I think it is maybe to play rook on f8, because we would like to go there. Quite a funny position. We have rarely such a domination on the chessboard. maybe no, but it's alright. It's okay. I thought I could have won the game faster, but it's alright. There is no rush here. Let's slowly rook b1. Alright, let's go with the move rook to f2. He plays also extremely fast. Yeah, look at that. He makes the moves like instantly, but now I think the easiest way to win here is just to take. He will be taking back because I don't think there is something else, and we will be promoting the pawn. Wow. Rook on c1. He sacrifices the rook. Okay, let's take the rook. I don't think he's going to fight in the current position. Yes, he resigns. I don't know. Something is strange with our opponent. So what can I say? It's just weird to see the guy with such a high rating playing in the way he plays. Very, very unusual. Very, very unusual. This is all I can say. It made not much sense because we are winning so easily and we cannot guess even a single move of such a good player. So usually we are capable of guessing at least time to time what is going on the board, but no. Somehow, I don't know. Okay, let's go with the new game. New game, 10 minutes. It's a new start. Let me read the comments. Thank you very much for all the nice comments, for the support. I will be now reading a little bit more the comments. At least I try, because sometimes when we have this kind of very difficult games, it's very difficult to read and to play simultaneously, so I'm just focused on commenting on the game. So we have this g3 line. That's all right. We can play many different lines here with black. There is this line with c6, very, very interesting. But maybe let's play the line with the move knight on c6 and then g6. So this is this kind of King's Indian structure. One of the safest structures actually for black. You will see this is also a structure which is, in my opinion, quite easy to play. Let's go with the move f5 because we didn't move our knight for the moment. So now we are developing the knight to f6 and we play short castle. We're waiting with the move d6. This is not running away. Rook on b1. Our guy is playing so quick. No, to play f5 is good because I think he's going anyway to play a3 b4. So we will be taking on b4 and the rook will be in the game. Let's see. Can we try something which is connected to the move e4? Usually it is not a bad idea, but can we immediately try the e4 push? Not 100% sure. It might be working, but it might be also a bad idea. So we have to think here. And let me know your opinion. What do you think? d6 or the move rook e8? What should I play next? Let me know, please. What would you do here? Would you play the move d6 or the move rook e8? Both is very normal. Both is very typical. Maybe matter of taste again. Sometimes we have positions where it is just matter of taste what we're doing next. Welcome everyone to Viches. In case you're enjoying my comments, obviously like and subscribe to Viches, to our educational streams. Okay, let's go with the move d6. Looks more conservative, and many of you know that I like this kind of conservative play in most of the situations. Sometimes, yes, we are going crazy, but in most of the cases I prefer to be conservative. So I will be continuing with the move d6. So I see the chat is rolling. Chat got active. This is excellent because this is how actually you are getting better in case we try to play together. So there's nothing better than that to improve your own chess. Now we have this structure where white usually pushes the move b5 next, and usually we play this knight e7. So let's play the standard plan to play knight e7. Very, very normal. I think in any case, he will be playing the move b5, so this is what we should expect. And then we have this idea of h6, g5, and knight on g6. So in case you've been following now for the last 2 minutes, you see the concept of the play of black. And I would advise you sometimes to try this kind of concept. Is it the best? Maybe not. But it's an easy play and a very clear play. So we are avoiding all the tricks. We're opening the A file because this is nice. Next, we will push here on the king side. And as we said in many streams already, usually the attacker has this kind of attacking bonus. Even if the things are not always perfect, still with a bit of luck, the attacker is somehow succeeding. So you have to take, of course, decisions for yourself, but this is just my advice. In case you are playing c4, e5, you can think about this kind of setup. So we continue with our idea. He's not going to play b5 because he plays the move bishop b2, but I don't know if this is changing much because we still do the same. g5, and he goes with the move c5. Okay, this is interesting. So he wants to crush our pawn structure here, which is not easily done. I don't know if there is any threat. I don't see it, so I go with the move g5. As we said, we are advancing on the king side. He has to target the d6 pawn, but it's difficult to target the d6 pawn because how you do that? He takes. We have always this bishop e6 in case we need it. And b5. Now this is strange because white plays this b5, c5. It makes not much sense, to be honest. So I think our opponent made a mistake because he is having like 2 different plans simultaneously. This is usually not the best. You should stick to the idea that you believe it is the best. Now we can change a little bit the plans because we have the move d5 available somewhere. So for example, we can play g4, knight h4, and to play the move d5 doesn't look bad at all. We can also go with the move bishop e6 to centralize everything, which looks also like a beautiful idea, at least to me. So let's go with the move bishop e6 because I don't understand why not to go bishop e6. Look at that. If we finish the development by playing queen on d7, knight on g6, there's like a black wall will be rolling on you. Pawns, pieces, everything. This is tricky. Knight is going eventually to c4. This is making sense. That's why we play first the move d5, I think, as we planned. This is the black wall, and the black wall is rolling. Very nice. Look at this pawn structure. Did it ever happen in your own games that you had such pawns here in the center? Spectacular. I don't know actually if we are doing better. I think white is fine, but just it looks so beautiful here with the 4 pawns. I see a question if b7 is maybe weak. b7 is not weak because nobody is attacking the pawn on b7, so that's alright. If king h7 is a good play, yes, king h7 is a good play, but the question is, do we need it? So maybe first we might play the move something like knight on g6, or maybe we're gonna play queen on d7. So just to be ultra solid, king h7 is a useful move. So in case we run out of useful moves, we can always play the move king h7. Yeah, good play. Nothing wrong with the move king on h7. For sure. In case you like my comments, push the like button a little bit so we have the YouTube algorithm going. And of course, like and subscribe in case you are not yet subscriber to our educational streams and you're enjoying my comments. Rook a1. Good play by our opponent, in my opinion, because he has to do something, so he tries to be active on the A file. This is making sense. So this is something that I do understand, and I believe that he is correct by playing that. We can have now different ideas in this position with the black pieces. First idea is just to take, and then let's see what happens. Maybe we can also push the move e4 to block like the bishop on g2. for the rest of the game. I don't know if it's if we should do that or we should not do that. This is a question. Maybe also queen d7 is looking so solid because knight a4 we're gonna take the pawn there. Pawn is hanging here. I don't know. This is good or this is bad. We have to think here. We have to think. Not 100% sure. So maybe we should go with the move e4 or maybe take. I don't know. Take e4, e4 immediately. Because somehow we are weakening a little bit the center. I don't like to weaken the center, so in best case I would of course prefer not to weaken the center. But how to do that? Maybe to go away with the rook, but to leave a line. I don't know. I don't like this move. To go away. I don't think we should do that. There's also the move d4 now, which is looking very, very interesting because we are blocking the bishop on b2, then we put something to d5, but the knight will go to c4. So every move is like there are good things and bad things. Anyway, we need to decide what we are going to play next. I think I will be taking, even though I don't like to take so much, but I think I will be taking on a1 because then I can play the move d4. I like this d4 idea. Not a must play, but it looks like a reasonable play. So let's take. Because I will try to play this kind of simple chess. We play the move d4 and we block the bishop. This is very, very good. So we get next bishop d5 or knight on d5. So we block or change the bishop on g2. We have way better center. In theory, far away from now, it will give us some winning chances. And I'm not so afraid anymore of the move like knight a4 because we can simply play b6, knight on d5. Or we're gonna put the bishop to d5. In both cases, I believe we have quite an interesting position, but it should be a good position for black by the feeling, because at some moment we will be attacking the white king because we have the pawns here, so g4, f4, we are pushing, and it's gonna be not easy for white to defend, but it's still far, far away from now. So for the moment we are attacking the knight has to go somewhere. We will be playing the move bishop d5 probably, because to change the bishop, it is making sense in my opinion. This is the only dangerous piece that white has. And after changing the bishop on g2, we will be trying to advance in the center, or maybe attack the pawn on b5, get the rook into the game. So we have like the normal play, but we have a little bit of more space here. It's not a simple position. I think black should be doing a little better, but it's still very, very complex, obviously, because we have a mess on the chessboard. So bishop d5, as we said, this looks pretty logical. Let's change the bishop first on g2, and then we think what we will be doing next. For white, in case you're white, what would you do here? So we have also to consider the options of our opponent. For white, I don't know what I would play here for white. Maybe I would develop the bishop a little bit, because to stay here with the bishop against a pawn on d4 doesn't look like a great idea. So with white, I would rather try get the bishop into the game. Looks pretty logical. What else? I don't know. Maybe to bring the rook into the game. But this looks like maybe I'm able to take. He takes immediately. Quite unusual decision by our opponent, because I can take with a knight, I can take with a queen, I can take with everything, and I don't know what is the plan of our opponent. Maybe let me take with a knight, because I think we have a nice idea. You will see. You will see what is the idea of knight on d5. I could have taken with a queen, but this is not our main idea. The next move is going... I'm going to show you what is the next idea. Now we see the main idea. So this is an idea, this is where we push the F button. For those of you who are here on the channel, you know F, it means something special. I give you 10 seconds to think about the next move, because it is crucial. This is why I played the move knight on d5. The next move is crucial. And I will be playing the move now, because little time on the clock, I cannot wait longer. It is queen e8. This is crucial. Look at this beautiful continuation, queen e8. It looks like, okay, I'm not very impressed, you are defending the pawn. No, we're not defending the pawn. We would like to give him a checkmate here. Queen h5 and knight on g4. Suddenly, white is under mating attack out of nowhere. So this is what I said earlier, that it can become so dangerous here with the king on g1. And it is becoming very, very dangerous. Now I don't care so much about the pawn b7 any longer. I will be just playing for a checkmate. And let's see if white is capable of defending from the checkmate. We have also the option of playing the move f4, so we are getting the rook from f8 as well into the game. So out of nowhere we have this massive attack, queen e8. Boom, we are going forward. And it is looking so dangerous for white, because what to do here? Rook on b1, like what? I'm attacking his king and he moves away the rook. I think we are playing a different game. How is it possible? I'm completely shocked by this move rook on b1, because I would like to checkmate and he just moves away. The only piece that actually defended the white king here, it was a rook on f1. White to move it away? I don't understand it. The idea is maybe queen h5, that he would like to take on e5. Even this I'm not sure, because we can take e2 or to play rook e8. But I think now we should be playing something like a 4, just the rook will join the game. And maybe after the move f4, one of the best plays is just to go back. Rook on b1. When you're getting mated, get your pieces into defense, not reversed. This is very, very unusual. I would call it quite shocking, actually, because it makes no sense. Okay, anyway, let's give a checkmate to the guy. How can we checkmate the guy? We can play this knight on g4 followed by queen h5. We can also play queen h5 immediately. Is it immediately over? Let me calculate a little bit. Also to take, it looks like just resignation. So, too many winning options. We know what happens when I have too many winning options. Sometimes I'm choosing something super stupid. So I think this is looking like a checkmate. I don't see a defense. Maybe I'm blind, but I don't see a defense here. So I will be taking, because the rook joins now into the attack. And we play the move knight on g4. What is the defense for white? So we have this double threat. In case of f3, I thought I will go knight e3 and that's it. So I think I will be playing it, because I don't see a defense at all. Look at these pieces here for white. Completely out of the game. The king is alone on g1. I think I should be able to give a checkmate. Beautiful knight on e3. We have g4 coming next in case I need it. I don't know if I need it, but it's like can play, not a must play. Bishop on c1, this is a good play here. He's trying to defend the position, makes sense, but still, I can play this queen on h3. Is it just a checkmate or not yet? This is a question. Also, g4 is looking very good. Also, this is looking very good. I don't know, too many options. Too many options how to win the current game. I think g4. Let's go with the move g4, because I don't see a direct defense, so he will be taking most probably, but to be with the king on g1. Also, I have many options, like attacking the knight somewhere and getting the queen. I don't know. So many different options. This is a problem, that once we have many options, sometimes I'm overthinking. So I think that, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different good options, which one to play, and then sometimes I'm playing something very, very stupid. So let's hope I will not do it this time. I think he has to take. Yeah, he takes, because now we have this e4, so this is why he gives me the check first. But is it not just a checkmate? I don't know. Rook gets to f2. Maybe it's not a checkmate. I don't know. Is it possible that we did a mistake in this position? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if I made a mistake, but queen on d5. Okay, we're gonna take. And okay, let's get the queen probably into the attack. He wants to keep. No, he doesn't. So let's go here. g3 is under attack. And what is the defense for white? But this is amazing. In case I cannot win this position immediately, this is just shocking. I think I play here because I don't see how he defends a second rank. I I think I missed something. I had an easy win for sure earlier. Now it is a little bit of a fight here. I should have done something else. It was looking just completely winning. Now it is a little bit of fighting. I think black should be doing better, but it is a fight. So the question is, of course, can he avoid our rook getting to c2? Not so easy. The king is still completely open here. The e-pawn, very promising. So as longer he's thinking, as better our chances. He goes with the rook to g4. Wow. Very, very creative play by our opponent. We have to say that he gets a bonus for the creativity, for sure, but is it enough? Because we play the move e2 first, and then we will be playing the move b6. Wow. I think we should give... No, we take first. Now we give this check, and we win the game. Because there is a check, and we get the knight. So finally, we are giving a checkmate to the white king, but it was a great defense at some moment by my opponent, because he played so well. He defended very, very well. I think I also made it a little bit too easy for him, because I should have done something more better to finish the game, but still, we should be winning the current game, so that's alright. Just we have to be a little bit cautious here. We have way more time, and we have the piece extra on the board, so it should be good enough to win. Let's finish the current game. We are winning, so all in all, quite, I think, an interesting game. Again, a big battle. He's offering us a rematch. Let's accept it, because I like to accept revanches when we have a cool game, when we have a fair fight. It's always great to play one more time against the same opponent, because sometimes when you lose, you get a little bit angry. I think all of us, we know this. You lose, you get a little bit upset. You offer a rematch, then the guy refuses, and you say, ooh, okay, why he doesn't accept? That's why I like to play always 2 games, in case, of course, our opponent wants the game, and obviously in case we play against a normal guy, because sometimes we play strange people, then obviously we should never play them again. So this is still theory. This is like nothing new here. This is all theory. I think d5 is the move, and actually this position is way better for white. I think bishop e2 is the move in this position, and I actually don't know why black is playing this kind of lines. It looks pretty sad here, in my opinion. Knight on b6 is doing so badly against this d5 and c4 structure. f5, maybe the idea is to play the move f4, but I think I can just play f4 myself. So we're just blocking his only idea. And the question remains, why to play an opening like that? Okay, I think we can just take, no? Let's take, because I don't know why not. Let's get the knight e2 and short castle, and it looks way better for white. Just a much better position for white, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but I don't know why this position should be equal. We have bishop d4 in case we like to change the bishop. We have knight on d4 in case we like to dominate in the center. The knight on b6 completely out of the game, doing literally nothing. The bishop on c8, well, for the moment, not doing much. I don't know. It looks like a great position. We have the move e5 been played. Interesting. So we can play the move d takes e6. Why he doesn't play the move e6, by the way, to force us to take? Okay, e5, because now we also capable of playing just a short castle, which also looks like a great move. I don't know. Should we do the short castle, or should we play d takes e6? What would you do? I'm just curious. Please write down what is your opinion here. What would you do with white pieces? Would you take on e6? Or maybe would you do just this simple short castle? Both is looking great. Personally, I believe it's not an easy decision, because both is just looks like a nice move. I will be playing in this position, the short castle. I don't know. I like it more, but maybe matter of taste. And we have indeed a lot of short castles here in the chat, so we are playing the same level, guys. Good. It's good. Short castle. All right. Knight on d7. Wow. Now the bishop is like blocked forever, I would say. Bishop is going nowhere. Very strange play by our opponent, because what is the point of this kind of strange play? I don't know. I don't know, so I will just be developing my pieces. Queen on d2, very, very useful, because sometimes I want to take, and perhaps I have the bishop h6 idea. I have the idea of changing something on the f-file in case I need to. All the white pieces, so well positioned. I have knight e4 idea, I have knight b5 idea. I don't know what kind of idea I have. 10 different options in this position with white, and let's see what black is going to play next. So yeah, I think we are doing very, very well currently. With easy moves, just central play, cover the center, develop the pieces, and now we will be probably able to get very soon great play. It still doesn't look like so easy, but in case our opponent finds nothing, the black was gonna be in very, very dangerous territory, because d6 might fall. This kind of knight b5, knight on e4 ideas, very dangerous. Bishop on c8, well, what do you do with a bishop on c8? How to get the bishop out? I think our opponent is very tactical player, because he defended really well in the last game. Before that, he played quite unusual, so we have this kind of tactical player, very, very strong in unclear positions, and maybe in positional play, this is not what he likes. So, what we should play next, we can just take there. Probably he wants to get the knight on e5. We have always the option knight e6, which is giving to white for sure quite some advantage. Should we do that? Or should we take with the bishop? He will have to play here. We can even go something like bishop g5, change on the f-file, get the next rook. Feels also like easy and very, very nice play. So what should we do here? Maybe even bishop takes, no? More simple. So let's simplify. Let's simplify. We go bishop f4, next bishop g5, or bishop on h6. So we will have the great knights versus not so good bishop plus a better structure. So it's quite a big advantage actually for white. Bishop g5 or bishop on h6, bishop g5. There is a check, but we just simply go away. So not very dangerous. Or we play the move bishop e3. Let's think. What should we do here? I like the move bishop h6 because it feels so easy, and I think it is the right approach. Let's go with the move bishop h6 to change. He has only one strong piece, and it is a bishop on g7. So by changing the only strong piece he has, we are doing for sure positionally way better. So we are securing advantage by playing the move bishop h6. Let's see how big the advantage is going to be. But this will be seeing later. So step by step, and bishop on h6 to change the bishops is almost 100% sure a good idea. If it is the best move, I don't know, but we don't need to play the best moves. This is the thing about chess. To play the best move is difficult, but to play a safe, good move, this is sometimes possible. So, what do we have in the chat? Tommy is also here with us. Welcome, Tommy. Mythic Man also here. Michelle is active. Osmani also very active today. Lucas also here with us. I see Lucas. Welcome. Ariane is here. Who else? Nayab also very active. Good, good, good. Bean. Also Bean is here. Bean almost always with us. I hope that Bean will get soon to the next level. Bean is progressing as a chess player. That's nice to see. Alright, alright. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to VChess. Our opponent is taking his time, and indeed, this is not an easy position to play with the black pieces, because what do? How to equalize in this position with black? It's a serious problem, because in case you find nothing to do immediately, white will be simple moves for white. Let's get the knight on d4, let's change something on the f file, and white will be doing just way better. We have the better structure, so we have the 4 pawns versus 3. This g4 pawn is not really helping black much, so most of the endgames are maybe close to winning, at least much better for white. So our opponent, he has to aim for some tactics. Tactics is the only way to survive here with the black pieces. You have nothing else, so it's like he has to create some mess on the chessboard. This is the only way to play the position with the black pieces. You need to do something. You need to do something weird that the game is getting unclear. Maybe some of you remember Morozevich as a chess player. So he's not playing chess already for a while, but Morozevich was one of the best chess players in the world. And at some moment, I think he was even a number 2 in the world. And Morozevich was playing crazy chess. All his games been so weird. It's like very strange constellations of pieces, like, I don't know, 3 pieces versus queen. Then you have pair of rooks versus, I don't know, many pawns. And all the games are like so hard to understand. So a lot of top players could not deal with this kind of playing style, because it was so strange. You are not capable of guessing his moves. And the game is just so weird. All the positions are very strange. So Morozevich was one of these players that was very difficult to play him, because you cannot guess a move, and the positions are so strange. So maybe this is also something that our opponent should aim for in the current position. With normal moves, he will be doing badly, so he has to play something, he has to do something which is extraordinary, otherwise it will be ending badly. Let's go with our next move after this kind of story of Morozevich. So what can we do here? Actually, maybe let's go with something like queen d4, no? Beautiful position for the white queen, or should we take first? Maybe let's take first. Well, maybe let's take first, and next we should put the queen here, I think. Is it a nice spot for the queen? I think so, because the knight might go over f4 to e6 in case we need to. We have here this kind of pin, which could be unpleasant. We have knight e4 idea by c5 next, which could be also very unpleasant. So all in all, we might be very unpleasant towards our opponent during the next couple of moves. Let's see first of all how he's going to deal with this pin here. Queen on e7, okay, very safe way to play with black. This makes sense. Next maybe is knight e4, no? So we are aiming for c5 somewhere. a6, what? What is that? Completely unexpected. I would never guess the a6 move. In any case, we should play a good game next. I like the move c5 because we had the plan of playing the move c5, and I think nothing really stands in the way to play the move c5, so let's go now. Let's go with the move c5. Next, I wanted to take with the rook, but actually to take with the knight is also looking good. We would like to take on d7 and d6 coming next. But I think to take with the rook looks even more logical, so let me take with the rook. We have the more idea of playing d6 next. We have the idea of getting the rook to c7. As you can see, the position of the black king is very shaky. Our king is doing well. Plus we have the free pawn here on d5, so very difficult to defend positions like that with black. b6 played against the idea of d6 because now it's in between move b takes c5. Obviously, we see that, so we will be playing the move rook c7, I think. Now we have this kind of little pin here on the 7th rank. And next, eventually, we're gonna bring the last piece into the game, which is not yet playing, and it is a knight on e2. He goes away immediately, alright. So, what happens in case of d6, by the way? Is it not just a win to play the move d6 now? I think so. So let's go with the move d6. Now we are attacking the queen on e7. We would like to give this check on d5 and take the rook. I think it is game over. I think it is a game over. So step by step we improved our position now to the final stage, and final stage is to win some material. I think we are capable of playing now the move knight f4. We are attacking the queen on e6. If the queen moves, let's say, to f5, I think we have many options, but queen d5 and take the rook. Looks like a decent one. He still is not afraid of that. Why he's not afraid of that? Is there something I'm missing? He wants to get the knight on f4, so he wants to fight in this kind of bad position. Okay, this is possible, so we have also the idea of playing knight on d5 with these little threats here. Oof, this looks heavy. This looks like a heavy move here. Knight on d5. Let's double check some blunders. No, I don't think so. Knight on d5. This looks even better. What do you think, guys, about knight on d5? Who needs exchange? Look at the threats. Knight e7, knight on f6. The poor black king on g8. Oof. This is looking terrible. The white pieces are dominating the game. All our pieces are just perfectly positioned, I think. Perfect queen on d4, perfect rook on c7, knight on d5 and knight on e4. In most of the cases, a lot of guys are saying the advantage of the bishop pair. And indeed, I also like to mention this kind of things, advantage of the bishop pair. But I think here we have advantage of the knight pair. The knights are massive. e4 and d5. What do you think about this pair of knights? Dominating literally the full center. There are 20 different jumps that he has to calculate right now. We would like to have this family fork. The king and queen. Wow. This looks like... Really? Imagine you would be having the black pieces here. You would think, oof, something went a very wrong direction for a lot of time. Because it feels like, okay, we have equal material on the board, but you feel like you would like to resign now. This is the feeling that you have here with the black pieces. There's literally, I don't know, no moves here without losing any kind of heavy material. Immediately we have the move queen e6 been played. I think I can give a check here, no? I can also give a check with the other knight. Which knight is better? I don't know. I don't know which knight is better, because I think if we play knight f6, it is just over, no? What do you think? Should I play this knight or this knight? I think the knight from D is just winning the game, if I'm not mistaken. Because where does the king go? I think I'm gonna give this check. I don't see where the black king is moving next without losing something very, very big. It looks like it is a game over. Knight f6, so all in all, quite a nice game, I think. You can check this kind of opening against Alechin, this e5, d4, c4, what I've been playing. I remember when I was young, I liked to play this, and I remember many years ago, maybe it is like 23 years ago, I had a nice game against Jan Timman, one of the best Dutch players ever, maybe top 3 for sure. So Jan Timman played me because I was just a young boy and he was the big guy. So he thought he can play me things like Alechin in classical chess, but it was a bad idea from him. So a nice game for me. After king on f7, I think we have a easy move here to take on d7, because he has to take with a knight. There's nothing else, and now we have this check on g5. So finally the family fork is ending the game. Our opponent resigns. Family fork. Queen will be gone, and obviously with the queen the game is over. All right, let's go with the next 10-minute game. I'm always pushing the 10 minutes, and of course we're playing against absolutely random opponents. I'm not selecting the opponents, I think it's fair. We are playing whoever comes. Sometimes we're playing very good guys, Sometimes we're playing people who are playing, for example, h3 on move 1. What would you advise the guy? I don't know. Make an educated answer to the move h3. So, of course, white is still not doing worse because position is normal. You can play the move h3. Position is completely okay for white, but white to do that. So, yes, you can do that, but what is the reason? Instead of having the normal game, you're trying to provoke your opponent for absolutely no reason. Okay, so now that we have the move h3 on the board, what should we play here with the black pieces? Well, should we play the normal knight f6? Should we play the normal g6? Everything is absolutely okay now for black because it's like we are playing Sicilian with a tempo up, so it doesn't matter which Sicilian we're gonna choose, it's gonna be alright. I like the move maybe e6 because in Paulsen the move h3 is absolutely useless. It is like we're playing black but with the white pieces, so yeah. So just an equal position. Let's see how the game will be developing. Now we have the move bishop b5, we play knight g7. It is like a tempo up position. In this position usually we have already the short castle on the board, so h2 pawn is there, but h3 is not really helping white. So yeah, this is absolutely good Sicilian for black. Next, what should we do? White do next here? Not very useful, not very useful. I think the guy is probably going to play something like c3 or the move d4. c4, wow. Why is he giving us the square on d4? Why is he doing that? I don't know why. Maybe he likes to get d4 positions next. Could be. So maybe we should not allow him to play the move d4. So for example, to play knight on d4 is looking good. Also to play the move g6, bishop g7 is looking very good because the bishop is so powerful on the long diagonal, so we don't care that the pawn is on c4. That's perfectly fine for black. Can we do here something crazy? The question is always, should we do something crazy? So to play e5, also not a bad move because we're blocking everything. So this is good for black in most of the cases. Also to play the move b5 is looking good. I like the move b5 because let's see what he's going to play against the move b5. We take a little bit of space. We are able to play the move bishop b7 as well next. So yeah, let's go with the move b5 and then let's see g6. Yes, we could have gone g6, absolutely. He would have played the move d4. So now with the move b5, as you can see, he plays the move d3, so most probably he will be not going d4 any longer. And this is quite a good stuff for us. We can play the move g6, but we can also go with the move bishop e7, bishop f6. So we are a bit more flexible with bishop e7, because maybe we don't need to put the bishop to f6. It is like a can play, not a must play. Knight on c3, he tries to provoke us into taking. I don't know why he's doing that, because it is good for black. To play b4, he probably wants to go knight on e2, so this we should not do. And there is rook on b8, which is making perfect sense. So we have like b takes c4 or rook on b8. These two options are looking good for black. Maybe I will be playing the move rook on b8, or he has this kind of bishop f4, then I go d6. So very, very safe. On the other hand, to take bishop f6 also looks like a great position for black. There will be some pressure on the d file, but usually it's not so dangerous. Let's go with the move rook on b8. The rook is perfectly positioned on b8. Protecting the pawn on b5 is always a good idea. And also the pressure here against the pawn on b2 is looking like a nice pressure. So yeah, we're continuing with our strategy. Usually I try to play simple moves that are having quite a logical idea behind it. And in most cases it is the right play to play chess. Chess is quite a logical game because it's just 8 by 8 squares. Sometimes we are forgetting that it is just a very, very logical game in most of the cases. Yes, there are exceptions, and these exceptions are extremely disturbing because you might be thinking, yeah, everything is based on exceptions, but exceptions are not that common in chess actually. So in case you play maybe 8 logical moves, there might be one move that is weird, but maybe 2 maximum from 10. So you have this kind of 8-2 combination. Next, we can go with the move d6, looks good, and we can go also with the move rook on b7, also is looking like a good idea. He might be able to play this e5 idea with the knight e4, but I have always the idea of f5, so still d6, why not to play d6, yeah. In case we can go d6, we should play the move d6. Most simple, most convenient, d6, let's go. Still pressure here on the b file. Still we are capable of taking and playing the b4 simultaneously, so we will be choosing next knight on e2. Why is he giving us a pawn on b2? What do you think, guys? Why is he doing that? Or he just blundered? He just gave us the pawn on b2. So, or it is a blunder, or he has some kind of very, very deep idea, which I'm not very good in seeing, because I don't see any kind of idea here for white. I don't know. I believe he just missed it. So let me take. I don't see a trick here for white. And we know the words of great Gary Kimovic. To be greedy as a chess player, it's a good thing. So let's be greedy. We can win a pawn, so we are winning the pawn, as simple as that. Why not to win the pawn in case we can win the pawn? Let's be greedy. Let's just take it. So, Lucas been asking for a question. Lucas, are you still here? Because you've been asking a question how to prepare for a classical tournament. I will be answering that. And also we have a question. Yes, Lucas. Okay, so Lucas is saying, sir, can you give advice on how to prepare for classical tournament? So the question, of course, is a good question, because all of us, we would like to play some classical tournaments and to achieve the best results possible. So, Lucas, couple of things. First of all, do easy tactics, and with easy tactics I mean like very, very easy one. One move mate, two move mate, one move winning material, two move winning material. You might say it's way too easy for me. Yes, of course, but this is also what the grandmasters are doing. And why is this so important? Because you are avoiding the blunders. So, no blunders. Most of the games are decided by the blunders, by solving one move, two move combinations, and a lot of them you are avoiding blunders. So this is number one. Before classical tournament, take a little bit of time, maybe take 5 days and solve every day for 30 minutes very easy puzzles. This is so important. This is number one. So let me play a move, then we can go to number two. Numero dos. So let's do the short castle first. So you have the puzzles. This is number one, Lucas. Number two. In case you are playing some lines, it means you have your favorite lines on e4, d4, or with black you're playing on e4 Sicilian or something else. Repeat these lines a little bit at least. Take a little bit of time to repeat your repertoire. So in case you don't have much to repeat, then you can just check the games of the top chess players in the lines you play. It's very, very helpful because you're getting a lot of ideas. So you think always, should I play this, should I play that? Why is Magnus Carlsen playing this? Why is Abdusattorov playing that? So you can search for the best players in the lines that you are playing. So helpful. And the third thing is, of course, you must be physically ready. It means in case you are having a difficult job, for example, you are exhausted already before the tournament. So try to be in the best possible shape. So maybe you can work a little bit less before the tournament, or maybe you can do a little bit more sports. So to sleep quite many hours is important. So try to be in the best possible physical shape. So if you do these three things, it is puzzles, repeating your openings, or watching the top chess players, what they do in your openings, plus the good sleep to be in shape, so not to be tired or as fresh as possible. These three things, try, and you will see. Usually this is what makes you be in a good shape during the tournament and sometimes achieving great results, yeah. So this is my advice. Let's come to the game. We have a pawn up, we have the beautiful knight on d4, so we are doing extremely well. And I see Mystery Man, thank you very much for your support, Mystery Man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mystery Man Mason. Alright, who are you, Mystery Man? I've been not following the chat, but I think I haven't seen you in the chat. Maybe I did. We have the Mythic Man, but who is the Mystery Man? Thank you very much, in any case, for your support. Very much appreciated. We have the move knight on a4, so the knight is standing here at the corner. Let's play in the center. e5, pawn up, plus we have the center. Looks excellent. Alright. Hadibi, I'm saying he's with us most of the time. Okay. Mystery Manson. Alright. So, let's focus now a little bit on the game. After this kind of long explanation that I had, now let's focus on the game. We have the pawn up position. That is, of course, very good for black. Bishop on g3, not doing much. We have the monster pawn. All the endgames will be probably just easily winning. He would like to put his knight on d5. Makes sense. We have to do something with the bishop here from e7. Also, we have this easy queen c7 and getting the pieces into the game, but then we have to give up on the bishop. Is it a problem? I don't think so. So let's go with the move queen on c7. Simple play. Is usually the best play. He has to go knight on d5. He has nothing else. So let's wait for him to play the move knight on d5, because I don't think there is just something else. Yes, we have the move knight on d5. Now we take with a bishop, and next we're gonna bring all our pieces into the game. So same strategy. We do it in a bit different way, but the strategy remains the same. And thank you very much to Space Candle. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Really appreciate it very much. That's nice to hear, and nice to see that there are people that do appreciate the streams, the educational streams. So we not only have the Mr. Beast channels. Thank you for that. Let's go. Let's bring the rook into the game. So we have the beautiful rook, we have the beautiful queen. King not perfect yet. We might play something like h5, h4, just to free the h7 square for our king. Queen on d1. He might want to go with the move f4. Well, it's not that dangerous, but still, let's maybe improve a little bit on our queen. Queen is beautifully placed on c4. This kind of moves, I'm not so scared about them. So that's fine. The move f4, it's possible, but we can go bishop f6, for example, like an easy solution. Maybe even we have something better. We can also take. Also, this is looking very good for black. The d pawn is the future queen. So also f6, just to be like rock solid, but then we have queen on g4. So this I don't like so much. I think I will be playing the move bishop on f6. This looks logical. So yeah. Let me see the chat. What do we have? Nayab is very kind. Yeah, Nayab is always here with us. Nayab is a great member of our chess family. Our opponent is taking the pawn on e5. Now I have to decide to take here with a bishop or to take with a pawn. By the way, I have little time on the clock, so I will be playing now faster. I spoke too much and played too little. So now we have to change the course. Queen on f3. He would like to have this bishop takes e5. Now he gets very tricky here. I think I will be playing for the endgame. Let's go. Queen on c3. Because we have this bishop on g5 in a lot of lines, the c1 square is covered. So I think in case he takes, this must be a very good position for black. In any case, we are doing way better, but it is a fight. So let's go with the move h5, because there was a rook takes f6. Now after h5, what to do? The bishop on g3 is under attack. I think he has to go back here with the queen. And yeah, to go back with the queen is not something that you would love to do with the white pieces, but I think there's nothing else. Step by step, we are progressing towards our goal, and it is to win the game. So, little time on the clock, but we are doing very well here. He cannot take the pawn because we will be taking the bishop here on g3. Queen goes back. Okay, let's go for this endgame. This endgame is looking very, very good. Let's go h4 just to ask the bishop, where do you go? In case the bishop goes somewhere here, we will be putting our bishop to g5, and it is looking like it is going to be a game over with the bishop on g5. How to fight there? Bishop here, whoa. Okay, let's get the rook. Let's get the rook. Next, let's get the bishop. So all our pieces are now in the game. It must be a winning position. We would like to play bishop on d2, rook on b3. He's changing the rooks. Maybe it's a good plan for white. Okay, let's not change. Let's play this. We could have changed also. This is not like a must play again. It's a can play. So we could have done something else, but I think it is just easier to keep the rooks on the board, because I don't think why not to keep. He is very passive. Now we go, let me think, we have still a little bit of time on the clock. I think let's go first with the king here to d7 just in case, so he's not gonna run. Then we have the move f5 and e4, so we're gonna advance there. d3 is threat. He's not afraid of that. Why he's not afraid of that? So let's go here anyway. I have still the move d3 anytime I like to play the move d3. This is not running away from us. We are very, very close to win the game. Still, we have to be cautious here. In chess, it's always brutal. It's like never over in chess. One big mistake and suddenly from being completely winning, you're just fighting. So chess is absolutely brutal game. How to win the game here, by the way, it should be easily winning, but okay, let's go here, first f6, just to protect everything. He has no moves, so it should be very, very easily winning. I just don't see how. Okay, let's advance. It's time to push the pawn to d2. I think there is no defense now against the d2, d1 idea, and it should be over. So we are playing the move d2 as we planned. Probably he wants to sacrifice the rook, but to play a rook down, his only chance is now to try to trick me over time. But we still have 37 seconds on the clock. I think it should be enough in most of the cases. So little closer than I would wish the thing to be, but it's still alright. So now it is a check to the white king, so we are having a queen up. He fights with a queen down. Why to fight with a queen down? It makes no sense. I don't like people who are fighting with a queen down. Okay, what's the sense of that? 33 seconds, and okay, he tries to bang me over time, but even, let's say you manage to win on time, you are happy to win a game like that? I don't know. So let's get first the queen a little bit closer, and next we will be trying to win some material. So we get the rook a little bit closer, then it's gonna be game over. So step by step is the way to win this kind of positions. Also, by the way, we can just take the rook, and yeah, this is way easier. So just collect the pawns, and that's it. So way to make the things very, very complicated. There is no reason for that. Now the a pawn is just running, and it is a queen. So we will be collecting now the pawns. Okay, let's take. Let's win the pawn on the h file. And let's give him a checkmate on a1. Finally a win, but it was closer than I would wish the things to be. So somehow we won the game, but very close, very close indeed. I hope you like my comments and I hope you like the games. So push the like button, obviously, subscribe in case you're not yet subscriber of our channel, and welcome everyone. I Play Chess Live is also here with us. I Play Chess Live from the very beginning, very active community member of VChess. Because Mystery Man has been more often with us, Mystery Man, in case you like to play a game, make some noise in the chat, Mystery Man, and we will be playing one game, because I think we never played a game so far. So, Mystery Man, are you here? In case you are here, please, we can play a game. And in case Mystery Man is not yet here, then the list. On the list, I have Lucas. Lucas is on the list, also very active community member. Lucas, in case you like to play a game, please challenge me for a 10-minute game. And let's play. Let's see if Lucas is now with us. Lucas maybe also not here. Mystery Man is maybe too shy. Too shy. So yeah, Mystery Man. No, Mystery Man is here. So, Mystery Man, in case you like to play a game, please let me know. My username is, yes, please challenge me. Mystery Man, please give me a challenge. We will be playing. And of course, also Space Candle. Thank you very much for your support. Space Candle is also there. So, Mystery Man username is Jordashnadu. Okay, Jordashnadu, I don't see you at the moment. Please challenge me for 10 minutes. So, by the way, we still have some time here, so let's play a little bit more than the usual one game. I will be playing now maybe 2 or 3 games against you guys who are always here with us. So first, Mystery Man. Okay, 10-minute challenge, please, Mystery Man. Then we're gonna play. So we have Mystery Man, and then we have the Space Candle, who also gave us big support. Thank you very much for that. Space Candle, also this for many days. This doesn't want to face us. Maybe this is listening, but too shy. And we have also Lucas and Nayab on our list. Both Lucas and Nayab are very active members here of the community. Okay, let's go. So we have first Mystery Man is the first. Let's start with the move e4 against Mystery Man. Let's go. And knight on f3. So e4, e5. One of the most safest openings in the world. We go with a Spanish bishop on b5. Let's see which line is Mystery Man choosing to play us. In the chat, obviously, big support for Mystery Man. Nobody should cheer for the GM. You can only cheer for me in case I will be playing some live tournaments. I will be playing in August. It's sure that I will be playing the Spanish Team Championship. So this is a moment when you will be able to cheer for your daily commentator. And maybe I will be playing also in August the Abu Dhabi Open. And in September there will be Chess Olympiad in Samarkand, well, where I will be participating as well. So your support will be needed at these 3 events. Haven't been playing chess over the board already for quite some time. It's gonna be not easy, but let's see if I'm still able to win a couple of games, at least time to time. So we have the move knight f6. I think covering the center is not a bad idea. So we have this kind of Spanish setup with an early move d6. Personally, I believe that black is doing slightly worse in this position, but maybe it is matter of taste. Now white is dominating in the center. Black has to be cautious here with the move d5. In most of the cases, the idea for black in this position is just to play the move bishop d7. This is what we see very often. Oof, d5. Funny position here in the center, but is it a good decision? This is a question. It's very funny to play the move d5, but I think that with white pieces we have now one interesting idea, and the idea is that we can take on e5. Take a look at that. Knight takes e5, and we would like to take on c6 next. That's why d5 probably a little bit too early. It would be better to play bishop on d7 next. So yeah. Hadi is immediately asking if there will be a live stream during I'm playing over the board. I really don't know, guys, because it takes me so much energy. I'm not so young anymore. Maybe in the evening I'm going to do a live stream after the round, but before the round I will be just exhausting. Then every live stream I will be just upset because I will be blundering something. And then I'm just upset. So before the game, I will be not doing live stream, but maybe after the game. And let's hope in a good mood. Bishop on g4, very aggressive play, but this is not the best. Not the best, obviously, because with white we are capable now to take the bishop on g4. So bishop g4, good idea to gain a tempo and develop a piece, but it is not working. Knight takes, and in case of knight takes, obviously we will be taking here with a queen on g4. So idea is good, but we have to be always cautious, and this is why I am advising, in case you play tournament over the board, always do this easy calculations, puzzles, mate in 1, mate in 2, win a piece in 1, win a piece in 2. And in case you like, you can use our application for that. We have the Chess app. You can download for Android and Apple devices. I think there are in total maybe 10,000 puzzles, so it's never-ending story. You start very simple and you grow very, very quickly to more difficult levels in case you solve them quickly. So, for example, to finish the full educational story takes like 30 minutes for me. Maybe somebody with 2,000 might finish it within an hour, something like that. Let's come back to the game. Bishop on d6, good developing move, but knight on a5. What is doing the knight on a5? Usually it's always better to play towards the center. So knight on a5 is not doing much. Now I have this e5 option, and as you can see, it's not only that white is having a material advantage, but it is also that my king is very safe. So safety of the king on g1 is crucial. Very, very important. Let me read the chat for a second. Have you played ever against Gukesh in the Chess Olympiad? No, I didn't play Gukesh in the Chess Olympiad. I played him, I think, in Biel. But of course, Gukesh is much, much younger than me, so we are not from the same generation. Now, c takes d6, and the next move by white in this position is rook on e1. The problem is with a king on e8. Now is coming the pin on the e file, and yeah, very, very difficult. Of course, to fight a GM is not easy. So it looks like Mystery Man is not doing the bad things, but it looks always like that when you're playing a stronger opponent. So we should not think that Mystery Man is not doing well in general. So of course, always things to improve, but when you're playing just a much stronger opponent, it looks easy, but in fact it is not so easy, everything. So queen up now. Obviously white is close to be winning here. White is winning, but we have to get our pieces into the game and to deliver a checkmate. So with the queen up, checkmate is usually not very far away. Okay, next, by the way, after the current game, I will be playing one more game against our supporters here on the VChess community. So, now, Space Candle. Let me know if Space Candle is still here with us. because Space Candle supported us. So, Space Candle, in case you would like to play a game, just let me know. So, write something in the chat, please. Space Candle, present. Okay, excellent. Space Candle, after the current game, please challenge me in a 10-minute game, and please write us your account name, because I don't know otherwise who you are. So I need your account name, and immediately after the current game, just challenge me in a 10-minute game. So all right, knight on f6. In this position, we're capable now of taking on e6 with a check. So to fight a queen is just so difficult, yeah. When you're a queen down, it is so hard to fight a queen. We can give here the check on f7 to the black king, and yeah, so difficult. Let me see. Space Candle, my account name is Space Candle. Okay, Space Candle is Space Candle. Easy. That's easy. This is something I can remember. Again, here the check. So there is nothing else for black than to go back, and we are developing our last pieces. It is a bishop on g5. Next, the rook will be joining the game here on e1. So yeah, now rook e8, and indeed we have now the option for the world famous smoothern checkmate. It is knight f7 check. The king has to go here on g8. There is nothing better. So the king g8 is a must play. Next, we will be playing. He resigns. Our opponent resigns. So Mystery Man is resigning the game, and indeed, so Mystery Man, couple of advices for the next games. So first of all, I would advise you in these positions where you have basically when you're playing black pieces, in most of the complex positions, you are tempo down. So in case you have played the move d6, now to play d5, it feels like you are 2 tempos down. In case you're having 2 tempos down to be very aggressive, in most of the cases is the wrong reaction. So don't be very aggressive in case you are being 1 tempo or 2 tempos down, because you are helping your opponent. The center is going to be now crazy, but you're 2 tempos down. So by the logic of the chess game, this is not the approach. With black, it's better first to be safe. For example, bishop d7, you're very safe. Defend your king, and then you're gonna play bishop e7, then short castle, and only after you get active. In case you're white, you can try to be very active and aggressive. With black, it's better to be a little bit more cautious, at least during the first couple of moves. So now obviously it's already not easy, because there is this knight takes c6 coming next, and bishop on g4. You probably missed that there is knight takes g4, but yes, this is tactics. So I would advise you, in case you have a little bit of time, solve tactics. You will see from your current 600 rating, in case you do tactics for a week, just for half an hour per day, you will see you will be maybe on 800 or 900, because the tactics, you will blunder nothing and you're gonna take the blunders. So it's not only that you are avoiding your blunders, but it's also that you are punishing your opponents. So it's crucial. That's why this is my advices for from what I see from the game that we have played. All right, let's go to our next game. Candle, please challenge me. Where is the candle? Space Candle. So Hari saying, Naiditsch meant if the round would be live streamed, or maybe David will be commenting on it. Yeah, Hari, I think the rounds will be live streamed. Yes, you will be able to watch the games live. Maybe I will ask somebody or find somebody who might be streaming, so you have the fun of watching Captain James over the live games. Yes, well, maybe. Let's see, let's see. It still will be just in August, so yeah, still some time. Somehow I don't see the challenge by the Space Candle. Space Candle, where are you? Where is Space Candle? Let's see if Space Candle is challenging us. So we are waiting for the Space Candle. I think something went wrong because Space Candle sounded like very convenient. I know how to do the challenge. This is my nickname, everything under control, and now I don't see a challenge by Space Candle. So the next on the list, Space Candle, look for Galactic Vanilla. Galactic Vanilla, not Space Candle. Alright, Galactic Vanilla, this I see. Alright, that's good. Galactic Vanilla, let's go. You have huge nicknames. Space Candle, Galactic Vanilla. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so let's go. We have once again the London system. Why everyone is playing the London? I don't know that. I don't like this system. I think it's not a great system. And also many believe that this is easy to play with white. I don't think so. You're just getting in most of the cases a position which is by far not so easy to be played. And it is just not a great position. Why the London system is that crazy popular? I don't know. So now we have the London with the move bishop on d3. We can attack with the move c5, so c5 very normal, or we're gonna play with the move d6, knight on d7 and e5 next. We can make the decision what to do next. Maybe first castle actually. So we are not deciding yet. We keep all the options open. d6, c5, d5, maybe b6, bishop b7. We have like all the options open. I like to go with the move d6. Why d6 is good? Because we are blocking now the bishop on f4. Bishop on f4 can do nothing. Next we can go simple knight on d7. So we are proceeding with our idea of playing the move e5 next. I think this system is very safe for black. Of course playable for white as well, but e5 is coming next, and the first question is how do you avoid the move e5? What can we do with the white pieces now against the move e5? Not so... Oh, this is a mistake by Galactic Vanilla or Space Candle c3. Space Candle is not cautious. Not cautious enough, and I would ask you to write what we should do next with the black pieces here. We have a great move. It is not a win yet, so maybe we will be postponing the writing for something, for some other space. But anyway, e5. e5 is the great play. We are attacking the bishop on f4, and simultaneously we would like to push the move e4. There is only one way for white to play the current position. It is to go bishop g5. There is nothing else. Bishop g5 is like the only option here. And the question would be, why do we play the London? Why do we put the bishop to f4 to go later bishop g5, or to be in danger of collapsing here immediately in the center? So I know London is so popular, but the reasons why London is so popular is just weird, in my opinion. We could not play the move e4 because there would be knight takes e4, and look at this pin. So it was not possible immediately to play the move e4. Now we would like to play the move e4. We are now currently move 10, and I think black is doing very well here because we got the bishop, which is nice. Also white lost a little bit of time by playing first bishop here, then taking, so 3 moves just to take the knight. We have spent basically no extra time except playing the move h6, which is not the most useful move ever, but quite normal. e4, good play by Kendall, excellent move, e4, so it doesn't allow us to play the move e4 ourselves, and he is fighting for the center, or she, we don't know. Space Candle can be both. I know that statistically I think we have like 95% male audience, so probability of a man is way higher, but still 5% of ladies are here. We have the move e4, good. Let's go with the move knight h5, very typical for King's Indian ideas. Once you have the bishop on g7 and the bishop here is towards the pawn on e5, this knight on h5 idea, followed by the idea knight f4, is something that we see quite often. Also, I might be taking on d4 somewhere, c takes d4 and c5 to get the bishop even longer. So long diagonal, bishop on g7 will become very good piece. Alright. Yes, Space Candle's playing for the moment a good game, Nothing to say. Rook e1, also good play by Space Candle, because this is usually the best. In case the knight goes here, the bishop goes to f1. So, good play, Rook e1 by Space Candle, excellent. With black, we can take here and play something like bishop g4, or we can go knight f4, then bishop g4, or we can take and c5. So, a lot of different options. I like first maybe to play knight f4 because it feels good. To attack the bishop is never a bad idea. And next we'll try to push some against the center of white. I think to take on d4 is making sense in most of the cases to make the bishop as long as possible. So to take, normal. Let's take. So I see a question. Are you considering the move f5? F5 is usually not the move to be played because f5, we don't need anymore the move f5. There will be ef and the center is getting like so not yet f5. I wanted to make my bishop as strong as possible, so this is why I played the move ed. We have already the bishop pair, so in theory we might be even opening the center somewhere. Currently, I would like to play maybe the move queen on g5. I like this move queen on g5. We are getting very active here on the king side immediately. So let's see how Space Candle will be defending. Those of you who are here quite often, you know I'm always playing the real strength, so I'm not making the things easy for no one. I think it would be just not fair in case I would be manipulating the games. So, I'm always playing the way I'm playing, and that's it. I think it is the best. So, not that some of you are thinking that I'm changing my level of play. No, I'm always playing the way I would be normally playing. We have g3, good defense, because I wanted to give this knight h3 check and taking on f2, so g3, excellent defense. So Space Candle is playing a very good game. Still, I think I will be checking here on h3 because bishop takes. I will be taking with my bishop. And we have the bishop pair. Now the bishop pair is worse quite a lot because position is open. So in a closed position, knights might be very strong, but in the open position, obviously bishop pair is massive. Now we have the bishop pair. The best would be even to open position more by playing something like d5 or c5. Let's see where the game is going to go next. For the moment, Space Candle is playing a good game. The opening, not the best, but afterwards, very good game. Just it is not easy to play a GM. Yeah, this is never easy, but the game is very high level, I would say. Knight on f3. Now I will keep my queen here next to the white king. Maybe we'll get a chance to play the move bishop on g4. For Space Candle, it's very important to be safe now because the bishops will be crushing. In case I manage to open the position, bishop is on g7 here, long diagonal, and this bishop is controlling all the light squares. So very dangerous situation strategically for white. Of course, let's see how the game is going to develop. We never know. But from the strategy point of view, it's dangerous. Open position, bishop pair. Close position, knight pair. In the attack, knight plus queen. And in the defense, usually bishop next to the king is a very strong defender. Queen on b3, attacking the pawn on b7 is making perfect sense. So very good game for the moment. Bishop on g4, I'm trying to grab the knight on f3. Let's see where the knight is going to go, and then let's decide what we will be playing next. I will try, of course, to attack the king on g1. I have some ideas like queen h3 somewhere and then get the rook over the fifths, but the pawn on b7 is under attack, so I have to defend the pawn maybe. I don't know if I should defend the pawn. Let's see what happens next. Space Candle is fighting like a lion. So yeah. Maybe Space Candle just opened the account. Yeah, this is possible. This is also possible because, of course, this is not the level of play of 400. This is clear. This is clear. So knight on d4. Knight goes back to the center. Makes sense. I think we can play the c5 idea. Not bad. Or we just defend the pawn on b7, which is this kind of long-term advantage for black because we have the bishop pair. So should we go aggressive or should we go just simple rook on b8? I think simple rook b8 is the best play here. It's a long game. We have the bishop pair. At some moment we will wait for the right spot to get this c5, to get this b5. Something is going to happen. And then the bishops. And then the bishops are going to strike. So just a bit of patience. And the moment will appear where the bishops are going to dominate absolutely everything on the board. Alright. Yeah, Mystery Man just, of course. I see Nayap, very nice words by Nayap, yeah. We have to support each other and it was alright. The play by Mystery Man, nothing wrong with the play. Absolutely not, just every game you play, try to make the things a little bit better next time and for sure, you will be improving. So, Sai is here. Sai is just so impressed with the Night Sky song, yeah. Sai likes the song so much, every time the song is... I'm gonna put the song twice. Sai, when the song is gonna end, I'm gonna put it on repeat. Let me put it immediately on repeat for Sai. Yes, I put it on repeat, Sai. Now we can hear 2-3 times your favorite song. Just today. Just on the stream. Yes, okay. So, let's come back to the game. We have the move queen c4, attacking the pawn on c7. Let's go. The time has come to push something. Let's go with the move c5. The bishops are so powerful. Next, this and b4. We will try to open the bishop. So the bishop will get even stronger. Alright. Let's see. What is going to be the next move of Galactic Vanilla? Or Space Candle. You have the choice. So look, Sai is happy now. Sai is happy now. The favorite song now. On repeat. Let's go with the move b5. We would like to play b4 next to make the bishop as long as possible. So we have the endgame. Alright, and b4. As I said, it is so dangerous once the bishop gets here. This is going to be so difficult to hold for white. By the way, excellent game by Space Candle. Big fighter. Just it is hard to play against the bishop pair. After unlucky opening, now a great fight. But the bishop pair, not easy. Now the rooks are entering the game as this bishop controls everything. There's always bishop b5, the knight might get under attack, bishop f5, bishop on d3. Everything is falling apart. Bishop pair, just so powerful. Alright. Knight goes to e4, good play because d6 pawn is under attack and simultaneously blocking the e-file, but it is not enough right now because I can open the e-file by playing the move f5. We are attacking the knight on e4. And next we will be taking the knight on e2, so it's basically game over, but a very, very good fight. Great fight by Space Candle, good chess player. So this is not 400, this is at least, I don't know, maybe 1.5. Maybe more, maybe 1.7, I don't know. So, hard to say, hard to say. Good player. So, king here, now we can collect the material. Pawn on h2 is gone. Next, pawn on a2 will be gone. The bishop pair is still here, so we have the move rook h1 with a check. And we are eating the rook on c1. I Play Chess, thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much, and we are winning the game. So, I wanted to play one more game because I promised one more game against Lucas. Lucas, please let me know. It will be the last game for today's stream. Lucas, in case you're here, we will be playing, but you have to be fast. Also, I see Forrest now in the chat. Forrest, welcome, welcome, Forrest. So, Space Candle, let me give you a few advices. First advice, don't play always the London system. This advice, I think, is good advice. London is a boring opening, and in case you play the very boring opening London, then you should play here knight on f3. Because it's important that in this system, put the bishop to e2. In case you have the bishop on e2, there is a trick. Let's say I would do something like, let's say castle. This is a normal, just to show you 1 minute explanation. So e5 is never working. Look at that. e5, it doesn't work because we're gonna take, and we're gonna take knight takes e5. It always works because you have the bishop on e2 and not the bishop on d3. So crucial. e5 is not possible, because you are simply winning the pawn on e5. So black has to choose a different strategy. In any case, put the bishop to e2. In case he plays a London, my advice, don't play too many games on the London. So, my advice. Now we have in the game this bishop d3 move. Alright. Of course, c3, dangerous because e5 is coming. It would be better to play e4 instantly. This is okay. e4, also good play. Rook e1, very, very strong play to get the bishop on f1, perfect. And yes, this position is not easy to play with the white pieces because you are defending. I have the bishop pair. Black is doing slightly better. Maybe in the current position, I don't know if you had a different choice than to play the move g3. Personally, I would play something like king h1 because I don't like to weaken my structure. And it is slightly worse for white, but I think it is perfectly okay to play the position. So, slightly worse, but you're fighting. g3 is dangerous, the move in the game, because now bishop pair, the light squares are pretty weak, so it's like long-term problem that is very difficult to be solved. And we have here a very, very normal play by both. And finally, I'm getting this b4, so I make my bishop long. Black is pushing, and it's getting slowly, really difficult to defend position with the white pieces. Now rook on b2, so problems starting here on the e file. So it's like all in one, which is quite normal because the advantage is usually building up step by step, and at some moment it is getting like too much. But a good game, Space Candle, nice game, good fight, definitely strong play. So yeah. This is excellent. By the way, I Play Chess is saying you're now number 6 on the website. I Play Chess, I don't care about the numbers, to be honest. I think what I want is to have a great stream here, that we have some nice ideas during the games, that we're getting a little bit better day by day. This is what is actually the key of my streams. I did not see, Lucas wrote us something or not? Lucas is there, or Lucas is gone? I'm not sure. Lucas is not writing anything because he is such a good community member, but now I don't see Lucas saying anything. Maybe Lucas is already not with us. Good. The next on my list, I had Nayap, because also fantastic community member. So, alright, Nayap, are you here with us? Let's see if Nayap is here. Sai is saying Mr. Naiditsch is more concerned about being a famous house DJ. Yes, exactly, Sai, this is the way it goes. Exactly. Jonas is here. Jonas, welcome. English only. Jonas is saying in German that he is a fantastic bullet player. Yes, could be. Jonas, the man with a mouse. Okay, so we have Nayap. Nayap, let's go. Let's go, Nayap, with the last game for today's stream. And there is a question by Explorer. Can we get some members-only content to reach 1,500 from 800? Well, to reach immediately the 1,500, this is not possible, but I will be starting with the members-only content already. Now we started, but very soon I will be uploading the educational videos. Just a bit of patience, difficult to do everything at once. I think Nayap is Nayabian, if I'm correct. Am I correct? I think so. Nayap is Nayap Nayabian? Nayabian, yes, I see. Alright, Nayap, let's go. The last game for today. Big support for Nayap, one of our most polite, most active community members here on the VChess channel. So Nayap is doing fantastic job. So friendly, so helpful, answering a lot of questions. Big support for Nayap. Alright. Let's go. Bishop in e7. Nayap is not fighting for the center. Oh, why is Nayap not fighting for the center? Is he not? In all the streams, I think I'm saying take the center. Nayap is playing without a center. If this is a good idea. Ooh, d6, e6 to give me so much space. I don't know if this is the best solution. I think usually to fight for the center is the right approach, and yes, you can play things like that, but not sure if this is something that is long-term. So I just do the short castle. I'm developing my pieces. I'm controlling the center. So once we have the center, it's always a little bit better for the side that controls the center, obviously. h6, is it time to push? Let's push. e5, it's time to push. The king is still not castled yet, which is important. So I will be taking now on e5. Knight on d5. What should we do next? I think I have a great idea, and I give you a little bit of time to think about it. Please write down your ideas in the chat. We have, I think, a nice way of continuation here for white pieces. I'm not sure if it is the best, but I think it is a very interesting way to continue here. I'm just curious, can you find this kind of idea? White to play. We have standard ideas, but try to think of something more creative or more spontaneous, something that you think could be aggressive, interesting, not something very usual. So what can we do here with the white pieces? We have a great idea here. So some ideas, no ideas yet. Not so many. I see a couple of ideas, but this would be normal. So, let's see. Mystery Man is saying good night. Good night. So, the normal play would be knight on e4. This would be very, very usual, and this is a good play. But here we have also something else. Look at that. Interesting idea. So, we're taking now on d5. He has to take back, and we play the move e6. Is it a must? No. I don't know even if this is a good move or a bad move, but this is such an interesting idea. And this kind of idea is what we can do in a lot of different positions. Black has to accept that, otherwise I will be taking and the king remains in the center. Now I give this check on g6. So there's just one play, king on f8, and for example, I play something like rook e1. So the idea is this kind of long-term play where your opponent is now without castling, which makes the game very, very difficult. So, knight on e5, let's get the knight on f7. Naiditsch is playing a little bit too quick. He should think more, because to defend is never easy, so you have to spend the time wisely. In case you do a couple of wrong decisions, it's gonna be just a checkmate. So, once you're defending in a worse position, be always cautious. Spend your time wisely. It might be too late. Okay. What do we have here? Also, good night to Texas. Texas World Champion. Strong account name. Alright. What should Naiditsch play now? Can Naiditsch defend the current position? By the way, how did you like the idea of this knight takes d5, e6, and bishop g6 check? I'm just curious. You knew the idea before? And in case no, how do you like it? Because I think it's a nice idea. Sometimes very, very powerful. And Naiditsch is not careful enough. Naiditsch is missing the next move by white. And it is knight on f7. I see creative idea. Creative is saying, great. Straight to the point. That's an answer. That's a nice answer. Alright, in case you like the idea, it means there is something positive in our streams. So, yeah. Now, obviously, we will be taking the rook on h8 from Naiditsch, and it's rook down now. Naiditsch played a little bit too quick in the opening and got the punishment for that. First of all, playing with no center is a dangerous stuff, and secondary, you need to spend your time wisely. I am always saying that again and again. If you're playing too quick and you end up in a lost position, time does not matter any longer that much, so you have to spend your time more wisely. Santosh is saying he would eventually go for it. Santosh, also me, I cannot calculate everything, but it's just that some ideas I know, and once you know the idea, the calculation comes after. But in case you don't know the idea, then what to calculate? So that's the thing. To know the idea is very, very important, because it gives you the fundament for calculation. In case you don't know the idea, then there's nothing to calculate. Now we are having just this rook up position against Naiditsch. Naiditsch is defending well now. He's trying to change the bishop on g6, not to get checkmated, but it is just a very, very difficult position. Already a rook down is on a high level, basically game over. In online chess, of course, everything can happen, and definitely you should continue fighting in positions like that, but it is very, very difficult to come back from something like this. Knight takes on g6, king e7. From white point of view, you know my strategy. When we have something more, we simplify. We simplify everything we can. Let's get the pieces out. Let's take the knight. So we will be having this rook up position. Let's go for an endgame in case we can. Bishop on e5. Beautiful bishop here. We are continuing the easy strategy of simplification. Take. So we simplify anytime we can. We are simplifying. Knight on e4, the attack on f2, and I can play the move f3, but there is this c4 check. We still have the move bishop d4, so this is not dangerous. But on the other hand, why not to take the pawn, for example, here on g7? That's a beautiful pawn, so why not to take it? We're taking the pawn on g7. In worst case, we always have the rook takes e4, which is enough to win the game, because still there will be a piece up position left 4 white. So that's enough. That's enough to win the game. Alright, rook on f7, and should we take here or should we take the knight? Both is looking winning. I think we are capable just taking the pawn on h6. Why not? Why not to take the pawn in case we can? We always keep the option of rook takes e4 just in mind. Not a must, but I can play. Rook takes f2, and of course after rook takes on f2 we will be taking the knight on e4. So it's not a bad game by Nayap, but he had a bad start. He gave us center, then he missed the idea of knight f7. Then he defended very well, but just too late, just too late. In case you give your opponent too big of an advantage, and maybe your opponent is GM, this makes the things very, very difficult. So bishop e3, attacking the queen on b6, the rook on f2, rook takes g2. I will be taking the rook. Not so many pieces left for Nayap. Difficult, difficult. What to do? Sometimes there is no comeback from a bad position. And of course, I usually play just one game, but today 3 games against our VChess community. Some maybe are thinking it is a little bit boring or not the most useful, but usually I'm playing just one game and I try to stick to this one game per stream. But I think that still, this kind of games are actually very, very useful because we see a lot of different strategies, a lot of ideas, and we see the normal mistakes of normal people. So you not only see the super high level games, which might be a little bit complex. Alright, Nayap, good fight by Nayap, but a bad start. I don't know, Nayap is probably now here with us in the chat. I don't know why Nayap is playing this d6. Nayap, what is that? What is this kind of d6, e6? Nayap is maybe with us already in, I don't know, 30 different streams, and I'm always saying, take the center, don't give up on the center. And then we have this d6, e6. Nayap, one more up, at least d or e. Both on the both pawns on the 6th rank. No, this is not the way to go. So fight for the center. Then it was everything completely okay here. h6 a little bit dangerous. So first castle short side, bring a king into the safety, and then make moves like h6. Always important. So yeah. h6, and we have Forrest. Forrest, welcome to the VChess supporter community. Welcome, Forrest. Great supporter of us. So we have the move e5, take, e6. Now the things are getting really, really dangerous. And Nayap, take a look at that. You have 9 minutes on the clock. 9 minutes here on the clock. You play within 5 seconds knight f6 to letting my knight on e5, letting my knight on f7 next. And of course, you have quite a wide choice here of options, so you have to fight. You have to fight. Don't play just based on your instincts in a rapid game. Even if your instinct is telling you, for sure I'm gonna play it, still have this kind of 1% doubt, because double check yourself. Don't play within 5 seconds in a very dangerous position. Yeah, this is just the wrong approach. And maybe you're losing a lot of points because of this mistake, that sometimes you just play according to your instincts. You have to fight them when you have a lot of time on the clock. So what is the best defense before knight f7? I think now it's already very difficult because knight f7 is coming, but I believe that you should play rook g8. Rook g8 is the best defense, because you are not losing immediately any kind of material. Yes, this position is a very, very dangerous position for black. To have the king on f8 is just so scary, but you are at least not losing the rook. So the move c5, not the best, because to fight without a rook down is almost impossible. It would be better to play rook g8, keep the rook. This position is a tough position in any case. Yes, it is a very difficult position, but still you are in the game because the material is still equal. Okay, actually you have a pawn up. And after c5, now Nayab is playing very good chess because he is defending well. But the problem is rook down. Rook down, so for white, what needs to be done is just to change here a couple of pieces. In case there is no knight e4, I will be just taking on f6, so obviously I simplify, and at some moment I will be having the extra rook in the endgame. Knight e4, good idea, but it's difficult. It's very difficult to make it work. Too many defenders. c4, another good idea by Nayab, but again, it is getting countered by the move bishop e3 because I just have too many pieces on the board. And yes, the game is basically over. So, Nayab, two things I think are very crucial for you to improve your game. First, fight for the center in the opening. And second thing is, sometimes if your intuition tells you that you should go, let's say, whatever, you should go knight g5, double check on your intuition. So, double check yourself. Hold your instincts. It's like there is a very tasty candy. Still double check if this is actually a candy. Just double check for a little bit. Alright. So, this was the last game of today's stream. Usually I'm streaming 2 hours, so now we're a little bit more. It is Sunday evening for all of us, also for me. I'm going to rest now a little bit. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you had some fun. I hope as well that we saw a couple of new ideas that you might be implementing in your own games. I will be streaming once again tomorrow morning, midday probably. I don't know exactly when, but something like noon according to the Emirates time. So join us. Otherwise, like we say on VChess, one smart move at a time. Wishing you a great Sunday. Thank you very much for being with us here with me. We had a great stream, great community, great people in the chat. It all runs so smoothly. That's fantastic to see. Thank you very much for that, and see you hopefully tomorrow. Thank you and bye.